Welcome to module number one, Agile Project Management, version number 2. So in this module, we would consider the question of what Agile is and choosing an appropriate Agile approach. So these are the two big questions that we're going to look into in this module. Now, generally, when we run a classroom session, we normally use a few post-it notes and ask the delegates to park any issues or concerns as we take them to the course. But since this is an online e-learning, I would request you to make a note of some of the questions or issues that you have, and you could always drop in an email to us that we will be providing you at the end of this particular course. Now, let's kind of begin with the question of what Agile is. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about what Agile is and what it does, what it does not do. But in reality, Agile has to be pragmatic, and here we've got certain interesting ideas. It's a generic description of a style of working. So to be Agile is to be flexible, and to be Agile is to work closely with customers throughout, engaging with customers constantly, gathering feedback from them and having shorter feedback loops. That's being Agile. Um, and agility is all about making sure that the final solution actually meets the business need. And oftentimes, in agile frameworks, we defer the decision about details until the last responsible moment. So these are some generic characteristics. Um, Now, when we kind of look into the various flavors of agile in the marketplace, we have some of these flavors. Now, for lighter agile approaches, which usually involve some kind of development, you could use Scrum, Kanban, Lean, Extreme Programming. These are the frameworks that you could use for lighter agile approaches. But on the other hand, DSDM, which is what this particular course is about, and SAFE, which is Scaled Agile Framework, these are more extensive agile approaches, and they are typically project focused. Now, a bit of history behind the Agile Manifesto. Way back in 2001, a manifesto was created in the United States. Representatives of all the leading agile methods kind of got together. They created the manifesto for the newly formed Agile Alliance over a 2-day period. So we've got a few names at the bottom of the slide. We have Ari Van Bennekom. He's the man behind DSDM. And then we have Kent Beck, Ron Jeffries, Ward Cunningham, Bob Martin Fowler, and James Gwenning. They are the folks behind Extreme Programming, XP. And then you have Ken, Mike Beadle, Jeff Sutherland. These are the folks behind Scrum. And then Alistair Cogburn is the person behind Crystal. And we have Jim Highsmith. He's the one behind adaptive software development, also called as ASD. So what these folks have done over a period of 2 days, they kind of came out with some ideas in terms of the manifesto. So if you kind of look at the opening statement up on the top, we are uncovering better ways of developing software. By the way, Agile is not necessarily restricted to software. It could be applied to other product environments, but initially kind of began with the software environment. By doing it and helping others do it, through this work, we have come to values. So the 4 key values of the Agile Manifesto are individuals and interactions are given greater prominence over processes and tools. It's not that agile environments do not value processes and tools. It's just that there plays a greater amount of emphasis and value on people and the interaction between people over processes and tools. The second value statement is working software, which is the actual product, is given greater value over the documents we create to create the actual product. So that's an important aspect of the manifesto. The third value statement is customer collaboration has greater value over contract negotiation. I mean, typically in waterfall approaches in traditional projects, there's a greater emphasis on making sure that we comply with the contract and not much of leeway, a lot of rigidity, but agile environments are more collaborative. So customer collaboration is given greater value over contract negotiations. Responding to change is an important value that Agile upholds over following a particular plan. So these are the four important value statements of the manifesto. The question is, which Agile approach to use? So it's good to kind of understand the background. Are we kind of working in simple or complex environment? Is it a simple product development wherein we kind of are upgrading the functionalities and features of a particular solution, or are we trying to deliver, let's say, an electronic medical record solution for, let's say, the healthcare system of a country? Now that would be delivering a project with full project life cycle, managing dependencies and integration with programs. So depending upon the complexity or the context of the environment in which we work, we might choose the appropriate agile approach.